స్టాచర్ అక్కడ ఉంది. మ్యామ్ మీకే మ్యామ్ కొంచెం స్మైల్ తగ్గిస్తే బాగుంటుంది. క్లాస్ స్టార్ట్ అయిందన్నా కూడా నవ్వుతున్నాం ఇంకా. So very good afternoon everyone. Myself DQ Nawin. I am SPMBV faculty as well as strategic cost management faculty. Lot of students they know about as a SPMBV faculty only. Now recent last attempt I started SEM also. So when it come to last paper some errors are happen, not error predicted only. The thing is lot of students are focusing on DM portion. Lot of students are focusing on DM portion. Day before of exam also they consider only DM as a success tool for SEM, but unexpectedly they're not given important questions from DM. But when it come to SEM, lot of topics is there, but they asked all basic questions. The student who focused only SEM, they can easily get 60 marks for last attempt. But when it come to the past trends, student who focusing on SEM as well as DM equal importantly, they are only the student getting 60 marks in SEM DM. Why? Because DD paper, SFM paper, law paper, even if you work hard, getting 60 is little bit difficult. But the only paper in group 3 gives 60 easily, that is SEM and DM. Okay, so why I'm saying at day 1 means you need to give importance for SEM also. What are the importance you are giving today? You need to continue with up to exam. Very clear? Don't change your plans. Yes, I accept DM is easy only. The reason you already learned in your inter level, same portion is there in final also. But you mistakenly taken one point. You already learned SEM also in inter level, but you learned for 40 marks. So the student who write paper number MA management accounting, that reflection is there in SEM, but we will learn only 40 marks related content. Transfer pricing is there, ABC is there, short term decision making is there, that is nothing but marginal costing here. Reconciliation is already there in cmainter, but choice. But when it comes to final, it's a mandatory concept, 14 mark question. Clear now? Okay, then fine. Paper number 16. SEM, DM. When it comes to SEM, I hope you already know it teach by DQ sir. But when it comes to the DM portion, Mananda sir. So I'm not even, I will not talk about DM portion related one point also. I only focusing on my subject, that is called SEM. Now when it comes to weightage point of view, students already know how much percentage of weightage carried ma? 60%. Further 60% ICMA as per ICMA ma. They provided 5 chapters ma. Chapter 1, Introduction to SEM. Chapter 2, Quality Cost Management. Chapter 3, Decision Making Techniques. Chapter 4, activity based management. And just in time. And chapter 5, evaluating performance measurement. Now when it come to weightage they given, guys calm down, 5%, 5%, 25%, 10%, 15%, but they will not follow. For presentation purpose only they will give percentages. They will not follow that percentages. Now when it come to nature of the chapters, in SEM paper only one theory question will be there, remaining all are problematic portion. Not only SEM, entire paper, only one theory question. Question number 4B. That 4B question came from either chapter 1 or chapter 2. We can't fix the slot. Last before attempt they asked a question from chapter 1. This attempt, previous attempt, it means what? December 25 attempt they asked quality cost management theory question. Now when it come to marks point of view, if you apply this percentage, 7 marks, 7, 32, I take an approximately So this is the pattern they fixed When it come to here nature, theory chapter, theory plus problematic chapter, problematic chapter, problematic, nature. In June 23 question paper, I hope for 2022 syllabus, that is the first attempt I think. That attempt only there is a no fixed pattern for question paper. Remaining all attempts they followed same pattern. On the June 23 only they asked a problem from chapter 2. Remaining all attempts, including December 25, they not touched that problem relating to cost of quality cost management chapter. Okay. Now this is about ICMA standard. Let us check with the past paper trend. When it comes to the past paper trend, question number 2. So there is a no subparts like 2A, 2B. Direct question, single question for 14 marks from chapter 3. 14 mark question. When it comes to question number 3, here they ask 3A, 3B kind questions. When it comes to 3A, you can fix the slot, the chapter name, transfer, pricing. That is nothing but it also be a chapter 3. Next, question number 3B. Here we can't fix the slot. Why? Because you have to learn multiple concepts like asset life cycle, product life cycle, target costing. If you learn all those things, then you can answer question number 3B. But all concepts also covered under chapter 3 only. Next, question number 4A. This question came from chapter 4. Chapter 4. Here also you have to learn ABC, just in time, throughput accounting, backflash accounting, benchmark. But the benchmarking is a concept is relating to theory, not problematic. Question number 4b. I already said the only theory question we have. It came from either chapter 1 or chapter 2. Question number 5. In 3 attempts, they asked 5A, 5B ma. And remaining 3 attempts, they asked 5. But if it is a 5A or 5B or 5, it came from single chapter name called Evaluating Performance. The name is new for you, but that name is nothing but standard costing. Standard costing. They just changed the name, that's it. Are you okay? December 25, they asked 5A, 5B. The bacha questions. The bacha questions. So the problem already there in cmainter. So material related problem, a few question marks will be there. We have to identify the question marks. That question asked for 7 marks. And the combination of variable overhead and fixed overhead related problems is there. With help, not only that variable and fixed overhead, they added some more points like calculate standard hours, actual price. They are asked 5 points for 7 marks. If you have a subject clarity regarding to how to calculate material cost variance, labor cost variance, and variable overhead cost variance, and fixed overhead cost variance, then only you can answer that kind of questions. Why? Because without knowing all those concepts, you can't do reconciliation here. If you want to reconcile, you need to learn all those things. But lot of students are to get choice. My point of view, my suggestion, the easiest chapter we have standard costing. But the issue is conceptual clarity. Few people will follow some kind of formulas like 1 minus 2, 2 minus 3. Few people will follow conceptual clarity. Why standard quantity, why actual quantity, why actual price, why standard price. Now the second option is the best for you. In inter, it will works 1 minus 2, 2 minus 3. When it comes to the final, you need to get a clarity. Why we are creating this formula, why we are using this formula. If you know that clarity, then you can easily answer what kind of question he will ask. Okay. Now, question number 5 came from chapter 5. This is a past trend, based on this only they are creating question paper. So here you can easily answer transfer pricing by, because the maximum they're asking the 3A, not maximum, the only question they're asking transfer pricing. But if you learn transfer pricing thoroughly, if they twist the question, you can't answer 3A. Yes or no, na? What can I do for that? You need to give importance to remaining chapters also. Don't pick few chapters for exam point of view. Learn all chapter, revise few chapters. That planning is missing in final ma. My observation. It initial onwards, if you choose an important chapter as a preparation strategy, then why the pass percentage is just 10 or 14%? At initial stage only we are taking a wrong planning. Are you clear now? Now, so this is a strategy I given day before ma. Literally, I can say proudly, no one trusted me. Even my SPMBB students also not trusted me. The reason, I'm a first time I take a class of SCM. No one trusted. But only few people are trusted, they got a good marks. The reason you can observe, this is my analysis for December 2025. I returned all our orange color, one is a black color. The reason, for only June attempt, they asked relevant costing. And December 23 also they asked relevant costing. From onwards, they are not touched that concept. But it is important for 14 marks. Yes, this attempt they asked relevant costing. So I am not give super 50 or super 100. I will give just a conceptual clarity. Based on that only student will sustain ma. Why you are not a robot to by heart that entire 50 questions day before. Yes or no, na? Even I said like this, before exam they will ask super 50. They will ask super 50. Sir, it's possible in DT? Is it possible in DT? Yes or no, sir? Sir, not only faculty, sir, student can give super 50, sir. Sir, list of, when it comes to the transfer pricing, sir, 23 questions is there, sir. Out of 23, 8 to 9 questions, each and every student can solve, sir. Easy questions. What about remaining? Few people only solve, sir. That is a super 50. If it is easy for everyone, he will not ask in the exam. It's just a psychological thing, right? Okay, then fine. When it comes to, you can observe, this question is came. This question is came, is a basic version. Throughput accounting question is came. Lean accounting, same question, ditto is there in question paper. I guessed only 2 concepts. Lot of people took a choice. Before taking a choice, just observe the 2 questions, that is enough. Now when it comes to, so standard costing, I said all reconciliation problem. In video you can observe, after solving all reconciliation problem, you have to touch that question mark problem. Next you have to touch variable overhead and fixed overhead related problem. Next, when it comes to 3B, always all people will suggest target costing, but they ask product lifecycle costing. This is not my area, but I guessed ma. Generally, I don't know, there is a network analysis related concept in DM. A 14 mark question will be came. But my research point of view, that is not for this exam. Why? Because frequently last 3 items they are asking network analysis problem for 14 marks. After guest list released, after this strategy only, Bhaskar sir called, why you not said that network analysis? I don't know, sir. I don't know. These 3 questions are came. These 3 questions are came. But don't expect same strategy for your exam. It will work, it will not be work. This is a common strategy can create student also. My point is, the super 50s are strategies you have to create before exams. You need to create before exams means, first you have to solve all problems. And that all problems, remove basic problems. Then you will get few problems pending is there. Second revision, solve few problems. Then you will get only 2 or 3 problems pending. Before exam, solve all. You will get a clarity about all chapters. That's the strategy. But don't rely on super 50s or super 100s. My subject. But I will give super 50 and super 100. If you fail based on that super 50 and super 100, disclaimer, I'm not responsible. Are you okay? Okay. Before starting the chapter, I start with one interview question. So can anyone tell me the difference between costing and strategic cost management? IOCL 16 lakhs package interview question. But you already learned costing, you already learned SCM, you passed, you have a qualification. But we don't know the difference between costing and SCM. Do you feel both are same? Do you feel both are same? The common sense we have to apply. If both are same means there is no 2 names, only 1 name is there. If there is a 2 names means there is a difference. Can anyone? Costing and strategic cost management, both are same or different? Sir, inka notes em cheppale sir, what we are writing sir? You don't want money? And tell me now. Hey, just guess karo yaar. If it's a good, all will claps you. If it's not right, I will explain. In classroom itself, you have to learn that things, man. Anyone? Anyone? Sir, get up and say, sir. No problem. Then tell me. With example also you can express ma. No problem. In English, in Telugu or English, what you comfort. In SCM, decision making things will be involved. Super. Ma, marginal costing is a decision tool only, na. Just a correction. Marginal costing, they are in costing also. Next. I want meaning of strategic. I want meaning of strategic. You said what you said is right, but you have to say a meaning of strategic. Yes, plan of action. We are not taking plan of action in costing. We will just calculate. That's only you said, na? We are just calculating things in costing. For that calculation, if you take plan of action, that is called strategic cost management. You have to express with your interviewer, man. If you not express like this, you will not get jobs. Clear now? So what are the things we are solving with calculator? Knowledge is known as costing. For that calculation, the plan of action you take, either positive plan of action or negative plan of action. That is called strategic cost management. So okay, then fine. So take an example to understand in brief of difference between costing and strategic cost management. So I started a business, DQ Beverages. So I'm manufacturing beer. The annual production is 10 lakhs. The annual production, 10 lakhs. Now the material cost, labor cost, other expenses, 45 lakh rupees is I incurred. Cost per unit, please. Cost per unit. The cost I incurred, material, labor, overhead, 45 lakhs. I produced, the annual production is 10 lakh units. How you get cost per unit? Amount of cost divided by number of units, na? What, ma? It's practically not possible, ma. Beer is not that much of cost. Yes or no, na? Then remove 1 0. 1 lakh units. Now? 4? Yeah, it's possible. 445. 445 or 450? 4? Just 45. Use calculator, don't use brain, ra. I know, ra. Use your calculator, don't use your brain, ra. Even if it is a 2 into 2, also use calculator, ra. 45 rupees is the cost, ra. Are you okay now? Now for that cost, I estimated my desired profit is 15 rupees. What about selling price, ra? 60. This is right decision. Fixing of beer price is the right. What are the flow we followed is the right one? Right one or wrong one? What we did, ma? First we calculated cost per unit 45 rupees. For that I added desired profit 15 rupees. I estimated selling price of 60 rupees. What are the flow we considered for fixing of selling price is right or wrong is the question. Right or wrong? Right only. In entire costing we are doing this one. But when come to the SCM, it's a wrong one. Why? Why? Think. In entire costing, we solve this only. We will calculate cost per unit. For that, we add desired profit on either cost point of view or selling price point of view. You will get selling price. That is one of the alternative, right? Now, when it comes to SCM, it is a wrong. Why? Why? Because they are missing 3 things. One is market condition. Another one is competition. Another one is customer. Are you guys clear? Based on these 3 considerations only, we can take a right decision for organization. Sir, what is market condition? You have to check demand and supply, sir. How you plan that 1 lakh or 10 lakh units? It's not possible without knowing the demand and supply of market. You missed that. Yes or no, no? That we will rectify in where? That is called decision. The word strategy represent long term. But in inter level, what we learn, the things are short term. Are you clear now? Okay, then fine. What about the competition, sir? What about the competition? What about the competition? Sir, my competitor, same product selling at 55 rupees. What is your selling price, sir? As a customer, I want more satisfaction for less price. As a customer, I will purchase which price beer? 55 rupees. I missed in costing now. Now I have to rectify that. Are you guys clear? Now I need to put my competitor prices in my market price. Clear? Okay, then fine. What about the customer value? Customer quality. That is your chapter number 2. Quality cost management. Are you guys clear? Now the difference is cost incurred 45 rupees. 45 rupees. When it come to here, cost need to estimate first. How, sir? You already know the market price. Your competitor price. How much? 55. Now the desired profit already I estimated now 15 rupees. Now consider that. Now cost is nothing but selling price minus cost. Selling price minus profit. Selling price how much? 55. Profit 15. Now what about the cost? You have to manufacture beer at 40 rupees. You have to manufacture beer at what, ma? 40 rupees. Guys, clear? Are you okay? But how much actually I incurred? 45 rupees. Now for the 5 rupees is there now. For that we have to implement cost reduction techniques. Cost reduction techniques. Okay. As a person, as a cost accountant or managerial person, tell me how you reduce that 5 rupees? How? That's your call only. That's why they are paying that much of salary for you. I decided one wrong calculation happening in costing. I rectified in SCM. For that you have to take action. What is the action? With your own words only, ma. There is no concept for that. As a manager, you have to use your skill, knowledge, experience, common sense. As a manager, tell me, how you reduce that 5 rupees? If I am a manager, I will tell you. If I am a manager, I will negotiate with my suppliers. I will ask discounts. What happened, ma? What happened? Material cost per unit, what happened? Reduces 2 rupees. For remaining 3 rupees, please take action, ma. Remaining 3 rupees, please take action. It's not a rocket science here. Sir, I use lightweight bottle. Lightweight bottle. Bottle cost per unit, what happened? Decreases. Automatically cost, what happened? Decreases. 1 rupee. For remaining 2 rupees. Storage. For carrying cost, ordering cost, you can reduce. Yeah, that will be one of the part. But here I am following just-in-time system. I don't have a stock. So when this raw material is required, I will order. It will come. I will use. There is no storage cost. Then next. What more? Reducing wastage. Throw. How you reduce? With help of effective, efficient labor. Effective, efficient labor. What happened? Hours will be decreased. If hours decreases, labor cost what happened? Decreases. This is the actions we can take. Okay guys, you understand now the difference between costing and SEM? Are you clear now? Now few theory points is there, ma. Now the costing only focusing on production related things, ma. It means it consider only internal information within the organization information. But when it come to SEM, it will consider internal information plus external. What is external? Market price, competition. Guys, clear? Are you okay now? Okay, then fine. I will write few points. Do you understand the example? Guys, calm down. Sir, I will not share notes. Sir, after completion, I will give time. Okay, then. Wait. At least a few chapters. Please write notes. I will share. Material 4 days. Fifth day, I will hand over. Ready? Only cover pages are not prepared. If cover pages are came, we will send to print. I don't know. I'm only operational level, not in strategic. It's leading to strategic level decision. Ah. But I will show color material only. Enough? Okay. If I shared in group, I need to shut down. Last attempt only, I shared all resources at free. But it is not that much of clarity. It means that material is not a order mismatching, jumbling problems is there. That's why I freely given to the students. But in marathon, what are the flow I continued? That is sufficient for the material. Okay, then fine. So when it come to overview, can anyone? Overview. Costing is concerned with ascertainment and control of cost for operational efficiency where strategic cost management integrates cost information with business strategy to achieve competitive advantage. Kalara? Okay, ra. Day one, na, it will happen. Ra. Ascertainment. Which color you want? Ra? This is the overview. The next, the basic things, ra. Costing objectives. I hope you are the best in costing objectives. That only, ra. Ascertainment to computation, that's only. What assessment, what computation? Tell me that. Computation of cost, ascertainment of selling price. You can use what are the name you want, ra. But end only important. Selling price, cost, profit, cost control, cost reduction. That's why I have that knowledge, ra. In Inter, I learned like that only. In front of that, we can use what are the word you want. Determination, computation, estimation. But the things are selling price calculation, cost calculation, profit calculation. But you have to use some professional terminology. Why? Because you are not Inter student now. Now use a professional terminology. Who knows, sir? Put up. The 5 are major objectives. A lot of objectives there. The 5 are important. One is selling price, cost, profit, cost control, cost reduction. I want in sentence format. Can I use like this? Determination of selling price. If it is wrong, please tell me. No, right only. I know. Determination of selling price. Estimation of cost per unit or cost. Computation of profit. Why? Because we have to figure out that. Computation of profit. Cost control, cost reduction. Nothing is there. Cost control, cost reduction. Write down the determination of selling price. Estimating cost per unit or our cost. Computation of profit. For the fourth one, cost control, cost reduction. Sir, if you know all those things already, please calm down, no issue. Why? Because I need to explain from zero. I need to start from scratch. These are the basic stuff you needed. If already knows, be patient. Okay, then fine. For determination of selling price, estimation of cost per unit or cost, computation of profit, cost control, cost reduction purpose, we have methods and techniques. For serving these 5 objectives only, we have methods and techniques. I hope you know the methods. Can anyone? Methods? Yeah, that's it. Job, batch, process, contract, operating, uniform. Are you guys clear now? Now what about the techniques, ma? Marginal, standard, budget. Few faculty will argue budget and budgetary control is not a technique. Budget and budgetary control is not a technique. The word you have to use in front of the technique, planning technique. So budget and budgetary control is a what technique, ma? Planning technique. Are you guys clear now? Now, the techniques are 3 types, ma. Managerial technique, cost control technique, planning technique. The standard costing also be a technique only, now. That is called cost control technique. Cost control technique. Now what about the planning and cost assessment technique is budget and budgetary control. When it comes to marginal, decision technique is there, na? Marginal costing. That's only we know, because up to inter level, that's the points we understand. But when it comes to final, lot of techniques are added, ma. Lot of techniques are added. Managerial decision, that is nothing but marginal costing. Pricing techniques. Transfer pricing. Activity based costing. Throughput accounting. Target costing. Benchmarking. Total quality management. These all are also we known as techniques only. Are you okay now? Okay, then fine. Before that, tell me the meaning of methods and techniques, ma. The thing is, we know the list of the methods, we know the list of the techniques. We don't know what is the meaning of methods. What is the meaning of the techniques? But don't say my sir not tell in the classroom. Each and every faculty will tell about the methods definition and the technique definition. Can anyone? Cost calculation for different industries known as methods. Cost calculating for different industries known as methods. What about techniques? Discussion between student and faculty. What are you doing? Tell me the definition of techniques. What is the methods now? Cost calculation for different industries known as methods now. What about the techniques now? Tools using for decision making. Tools using for decision making is known as techniques. Not big deal, learning of things are not a big deal. For understanding point of view, we can easily learn the things. So methods means cost calculation for different industries known as methods. That's why job, batch, process, contract, operating, uniform. When it comes to the techniques, standard costing, marginal costing, what we did, in inter level, what we did, decision making. That's why they are called as what? Tools. Tools used for decision making is known as techniques. Now the techniques are classified into 3. Decision making techniques, cost control technique, planning technique. Now the decision making techniques list is bigger. What about the cost control technique? Only one is there, standard costing. What about the planning technique? Budget and budgetary control. But when come to the final standard, there is no concept of budget and budgetary control. The only concept we have, standard costing, marginal costing. Apart from that marginal costing, list of chapters is there. Transfer pricing, target costing, product life cycle, asset life cycle, I will write the entire list. That are your list of chapters. Okay. Ma, if you are not interested, ma, you can leave. Please. Few people are showing lot of interest, ma. For serving these objectives, you have to learn methods, techniques. Now, what is the meaning of method, ma? Cost calculation for different industries. What about these techniques, ma? Tools used for decision making irrespective of industry, ma. Irrespective of industries. Irrespective of industries. Tools used for decision making irrespective of industries. Please give me the list of methods, ma. Job costing, batch costing, process costing, contract costing. Operating is nothing but service only, na, ma. Operating costing, uniform costing. But this uniform costing, they presented in chapter 5, ma. Standard costing plus uniform costing. Only one problem is there. Only one single problem is there. Decision making techniques, cost control techniques, planning and coordination technique. Now for planning and coordination purpose, what the chapter we have to learn, ma? Budget and budgetary control. Do you know they can ask questions from budgetary and budgetary control for CMA final also, ma? You don't have a right to ask why you are asking this question because not there in syllabus. You don't have that right. They can take questions entire ICMA sources as well as non-ICMA sources. They can pick question from CA books also, ma. For everything we have to ready. Okay. Now when it come to cost control techniques, ma, standard costing. How many of you know? Have a sound knowledge in standard costing? Sir, I can answer now also. You only one person in the classroom. Now when it come to the decision making techniques ma, the first concept, marginal costing. In this marginal costing, CVP analysis, break even point, margin of safety is there, under limiting factor concepts, shutdown, indifference point, that are not a part under marginal costing. What are the things I said last three? Indifference point, shutdown, limiting factor. They are applications. They are not a marginal costing concepts. With help of CVP analysis, break even point, margin of safety, you have to use that application, you will get a decision. Are you okay? For that one point they will touch in the questions ma. They will ask a question regarding to make or buy. The word itself so we can easily understand. For raw material, making is the best option or buying from the outside is the best option. There is a case A, case B. Case C they will ask in difference point. So touching question number 2 in main exam is difficult task ma. So I will give a my point of view. I will touch first what the questions I know. I will touch that question number 2 in last only. But I will prepare. Are you okay now? So why? Because all questions are comprehensive questions. The word comprehensive represent 3 or 4 decisions will be combined. They will ask a question. They will ask accept or reject. They will ask make or buy. They will ask shutdown point. They will ask break even point in single question. That is a question number 2. So marginal costing. Next, pricing techniques. In our example, we fixed price it in 2 ways. What is the first way? Cost plus profit selling price. What about the second way? What is the second way? First we decided selling price. Are you guys clear now? That is called target costing. That is called target costing. What is the second example I said na? One of the tool ma, the concept name is called target costing. But pricing strategies both are pricing strategies only na. Both are pricing strategies only. Now pricing techniques. After that, transfer pricing. Why all people says this concept is easy means answer already there in the question paper only. Transfer pricing concepts answer already there in the question paper, but only shows presentation. Next ma, relevant costing ma. Relevant costing. I hope you already know one of the best example, sunk cost. Sunk cost. I think you learned in capital budgeting, FM. Sunk cost is relevant or irrelevant for decision making? Irrelevant. That kind of concepts is there. Not only sunk cost, big list is there. There's a chapter name called relevant costing. Which cost is relevant for decision making? Which cost is irrelevant for decision making? For segregation of relevant, irrelevant is important for organization ma. Segregation of relevant cost and irrelevant cost is needed for organization. Yes. Why? Because our competitor is readily available in the market. If you do any one mistake in your organization, they will capture the entire market. Are you okay? Next ma. Target costing. That is the example number 2. Considering market price, deducting of profit, you will get target cost. For that only you have to manufacture the product. So you will satisfy 2 things. You consider competition. Why? Because you fixed what price? Competitor price only. So if competitor prices you are fixing means already customer happy with that price. Customer also satisfied. Clear? Next. Asset life cycle. Product life cycle costing. activity based. Sir, sometimes I will use activity based costing, sometimes I will use activity based management, both are same only. Are you clear? ABC as per inter, ABM as per final. In final, instead of ABC, they use activity based management. Activity based management. Anyone, please tell me, do you know the meaning, what is the purpose of activity based costing? That only our next chapter, today's chapter, activity based costing only. Can anyone? ABC. Sir, separate divisions. Purpose? Ma, this side no outcome, ma. Please say loudly, ma. You are saying right answers. Cost incurred for? Okay. Next, any other options, other answers? Cost incurred for separate. What cost? That's the point I needed, ma. The activity based costing purely talks about fixed overhead, not about total overhead, not about variable overhead. It's so purely talks about overhead. Sir, already one chapter is there in costing, na? That is a wrong chapter. What are the things you learned in costing, cmainter about overhead? That is a wrong way of calculation. Now the right way of calculation set by ABC. I will give clarity what is the wrong, what is the right. Very clear? Not, that is a wrong, that is not suitable for all organizations. What are the overhead, primary distribution, secondary distribution, absorption rate calculation, what you learned, that is not suitable for all organizations. ABC works for all organizations. In simple words, what are the things you learned in overhead chapter? Traditional, outdated. What are the things you learning in this ABC? Modern, updated version. Okay, then fine. After that, just in time chapter. For this also I said in one of the answer, just in time. Just in time. So for maintaining zero carrying cost on ordering cost using technique is known as just in time. Is it mandatory? Yes, sir. There is an area I can reduce the cost, sir. Are you clear now? Next. Throughput. Sir, sometimes they use throughput costing, sometimes they use throughput accounting. Don't worry. Both are same only. Throughput accounting or throughput costing. In old version material, they are using throughput accounting. In new version, you uses throughput costing. Costing is a branch came from accounts only, sir. After throughput, interfirm comparison. Interfirm comparison. Based on this, no problems is there, ma. But in old MDPs, they asked one question relating to interfirm comparison. That's why I included in your material. The next, ma, benchmarking, cost of quality. Benchmarking, cost of quality. Above all are problematic related techniques, ma. These two are theory related techniques. Practical exposure is not there, only theoretical things only there. Okay. So what are the list you written that are your chapters? Now when it come to three point 3.2, 3.3. So don't write, I am just expressing. So 3.4, 3.5. Probability decision is there, ma. That is not a technique. Probability decision is there, it's not a technique. Now, when it comes to exam standpoint of view, I said already pattern. You can observe transfer pricing direct question. For the 3B purpose, you have to learn pricing techniques, relevant costing, target costing, asset life cycle, product life cycle. But the luckiest thing is you have only 3 or 4 problems, 3 or 4 concepts. But we will take a choice. Why? Because list of chapters is more. Don't took any chapter as a choice. Okay. Now without late, I start with chapter number 4, ma. No, sir. High command will not accept. Voice calm down. Just I will give one example to understand the entire concept. We will start freshly tomorrow. Just I will give example only. After writing this, please close your books. This attempt, they consider that concept, ma. Throughput costing. You can easily guess for next attempt. Either ABC, just in time, backflash. Common sense. Sir, if you ask question last time, if replicate in next attempt, then why next exam? There is a chance. I said you can guess. I said you can guess. The word guess represent not actual. Clear? Now tell me, sir. We already discussed about ABC. So ABC talks about what, sir? Particularly the concept of fixed overhead. So I hope in a fixed overhead concept of cmainter, we learn 3 things only. 3 or 4 kind of concepts. Primary distribution, secondary distribution concept 1, recovery rate calculation 1, and activity level based something is there. Capacity levels related problems. The 4 concepts we learned. Okay. So anyway, forgot about that. How to calculate fixed overhead rate per unit. That has a alternative names. Absorption rate, recovery rate. Clear now? Standard rate per unit as per standard costing. Standard rate per unit. So what happen means, for direct cost, that is nothing but labor, material, we can directly assign to product. But when it comes to the fixed cost, I can't directly assign to the product. That is the purpose. I will estimate after production. For fixed cost per unit, this much is I incurred. So just a pre-calculation. That's why it also been known as predominant rate. Predominant rate. How I calculate means budgeted FOH divided by budgeted units. Who will give this information? Who will give these budgets? Production manager will give units related budget. Cost accountant will give amount expectation. Budgeted overhead amount is there, na? There is a responsible for cost accountant, you. For units related information, who will estimate? Production department. I called my both production manager and cost accountant. I asked estimations. For this product, how much demand in the market? They said 10,000 units. I asked my cost accountant, for 10,000 units, how much fixed cost can be possible to incur? They said 10 lakhs. How many units I said, ma? 10,000. 20 lakhs they said. For manufacturing of 10,000 units, you have to spend 20 lakh. It's not actual. It's an estimation. Very clear now? But for per unit, how much I don't know. That's why I calculate predominant rate. This may be happen. I will assign that fixed cost to the cost sheet. I will get cost per unit. I will add profit. I will fix the selling price. This is the flow happens. Now how I calculate fixed overhead per unit, ma? Amount of fixed cost 20 lakhs. Budgeted units 10,000. How much per unit, ma? Now I will fix overhead per unit 200. That is called predominant rate. Are you guys clear now? But when it is just a estimation rate, but when come to the actuals at the end of the month or end of the quarter, you will get what? Actual. You spend 25 lakhs. In books of accounts, how much you will record? 25 lakhs. Why? Because actual incurred, na? But at the time of production completion, how much you recorded? 20 lakhs. Now the gap is how much? Under absorption. You have to actually recover 25 lakhs. But with help of estimation, how much you recovered? 20 lakhs. Now that 5 lakhs difference is known as what, ma? Under absorption. That is the topic we learned in cmainter. Now why we are discussing all those things means, what are the rate you figure outed? How much per unit? That is a wrong one. That is a wrong one. Why? Because what are the 20 lakhs you estimated is there, na? That is not relating to units only. It relating to hours. It relating to setup cost. It relating to some other cost. If that entire 20 lakh is relating to units, what you calculated is the right one. But the 20 lakh is not a single framed cost. It is a pool of cost. In the 20 lakhs, setup related fixed cost is there. Mission related fixed cost is there. Material handling related fixed cost is there. For all those, how you use same rate? How you use same rate? Wrong only, no? Now what is the right way? Out of 20 lakhs, 5 lakh is related to mission hours. Now that 5 lakh you have to divide it with the total mission hours, not units. Are you clear now? That is the error identified in ABC. Are you okay? Now that if it is a 20 lakh is units, 20 lakh rupees is only related to units. Now what are the per unit, ma? That is the right one. But what happened in that 20 lakh is not relating to units. It relating to mission hours, it relating to setups, it relating to number of orders of material handling. Now if you divide it with a single denominator, predominant factor is a wrong one. You have to use multiple predominant factor, that is nothing but activities. That is nothing but what, ma? Activity. Here I am not calculating standard rate per unit. I am calculating cost driver rate. Cost driver rate. Now how I calculate cost driver rate? I will segregate fixed cost into parts. Now out of 20 lakhs, 10 lakh is relating to units. 5 lakh is relating to mission hours. 5 lakhs relating to number of setups. That is nothing but setup cost. Are you clear? Now the 10 lakh is divided with number of units is the right one. Are you okay? Now the 5 lakh is there now. That 5 lakh you have not divided with units. You have to divide it with mission hours. Now if you divide with mission hours, what are the rate you will get? That is called activity rate or cost driver rate. Are you okay? Next, the remaining is there now, 5 lakhs. It related to setups. You don't divide it with number of units, number of mission hours. You have to divide it with number of setups. Then you will get what rate? Cost driver rate. Hope you guys clear? That is the error in overheads chapter. Rectification in ABC. Simple, just 3 steps. Figure out cost driver rate, multiply with activity, you will get apportionment of cost. Apportionment of cost. Now tell me which one is the right apportionment? ABC or overhead? ABC or overhead? Due to that mismatch, your cost will be either increase or decrease. If cost increase or decrease, it impacting on profits. Either increase or decrease. That entire costing we are learning for only two objectives: minimize the cost, maximize the profit. That's today. Thank you.